First contact. The vast expanse of space stretched endlessly before Captain Elena Reyes as she guided the exploration vessel Horizon through the cosmic void. Humanity had only recently ventured beyond their solar system, and the Horizon represented the pinnacle of human achievement, a ship designed to push the boundaries of known space and seek out new frontiers. Elena's weathered hands danced across the holographic control panel, making minute adjustments to their course. Her dark eyes, flecked with gold from years of staring into alien suns, scanned the readings before her. Another day, another empty sector, she muttered, a hint of disappointment in her voice. Don't lose hope, Captain, chimed in Dr. Aiden Chen, the ship's exobiologist. His boyish enthusiasm remained undimmed despite months of fruitless searching. The universe is vast. Our breakthrough could be just around the corner. Elena managed a small smile. Aiden's optimism was infectious, even if experience had taught her to temper her expectations. Suddenly, the ship's sensors blared to life, startling the bridge crew from their routine. Unidentified object detected, announced the ship's AI, its calm voice a stark contrast to the frantic beeping of the alert system. Appears to be a vessel of unknown origin on a collision course with the nearby planet. Elena's heart raced as she brought up the visual feed. There, tumbling through space, was a ship unlike anything she'd ever seen. Its sleek, organic curves spoke of an advanced civilization, but the scorch marks and debris trailing behind it told a story of violence and desperation. Plot an intercept course, Elena commanded, her voice steady despite the adrenaline surging through her veins. Prep the tractor beam. We might need to stabilize that thing before it breaks apart in the atmosphere. As the Horizon closed in on the alien craft, Elena could see the extent of the damage. The ship's hull was pitted and scarred, evidence of some kind of attack. It was a miracle the vessel was still in one piece. With precision born from years of experience, Elena maneuvered the Horizon into position. The tractor beam engaged, enveloping the alien craft in a soft blue glow. Slowly, carefully she guided both ships towards the nearby planet's surface. The descent was tense, with Elena constantly adjusting power to the tractor beam to compensate for the planet's gravity. Sweat beaded on her brow as they entered the atmosphere, the alien ship threatening to break free at any moment. But Elena's skill prevailed, and soon both vessels touched down on a vast purple plain beneath an alien sky. "All right, people," Elena addressed her crew, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and caution. "We're about to make first contact. Remember your training, and let's hope whoever's in that ship is friendly." Elena donned her exosuit, checking the seals twice before cycling the airlock. The planet's atmosphere was breathable, according to their scans, but she wasn't taking any chances with potential pathogens. As she approached the downed craft, her suit's sensors analyzed the air and soil, finding nothing immediately dangerous. The alien ship's hull was warm to the touch, still cooling from its fiery descent. Elena circled it slowly, looking for any sign of an entrance. Near what she assumed was the rear of the craft, she found a small panel with strange, swirling symbols etched into its surface. "Well," Elena said to herself, "here goes nothing." She pressed her gloved hand against the panel, half expecting nothing to happen. To her surprise, the panel glowed softly, and a seam appeared in the hull. With a hiss of escaping air, a door slid open. Elena hesitated for just a moment before stepping inside. The interior of the ship was dimly lit by pulsing bioluminescent strips along the walls. The air was thick with an odd, sweet scent that reminded her of overripe fruit. As her eyes adjusted to the gloom, she saw that the ship's single compartment was in disarray, with loose objects floating in the low gravity. And there, strapped into what appeared to be a pilot's chair, was a figure. Elena's breath caught in her throat. After years of searching, she was finally face to face with an alien being. The creature was small, perhaps the size of a human child, with delicate, almost translucent skin that shimmered with a faint inner light. Its head was slightly larger than a human's, with no visible hair and large, almond-shaped eyes that were currently closed. As Elena drew closer, she could see that the alien was injured. A viscous, silvery fluid, blood, she realized, seeped from a gash on its forehead. Its chest rose and fell with shallow breaths. "Hey there," Elena said softly, knowing the alien probably couldn't understand her, but hoping her tone would be soothing. "I'm here to help. Can you hear me?" The alien's eyes fluttered open, revealing irises of the deepest, most vibrant purple Elena had ever seen. Those eyes fixed on her, filled with a mixture of fear and curiosity. Elena raised her hands in what she hoped was a universal gesture of peace. "It's okay," she continued. "You're safe now. I'm going to get you out of here." The alien made a soft trilling sound that Elena couldn't interpret. It tried to move but winced in pain. Elena quickly assessed the situation. The alien was clearly too injured to move on its own, and she had no idea how compatible her medical supplies would be with its physiology. "All right, little one," Elena said, making a decision. "We're going to do this nice and slow." She carefully undid the straps holding the alien in place, noticing how light and fragile it felt in her arms as she lifted it. As Elena carried the alien back to the horizon, her mind raced with questions. Who was this being? Where had it come from? And most pressingly, what had attacked its ship, leaving it stranded and wounded in this remote corner of space? Once inside the horizon, Elena laid the alien on the med bay's examination table. The ship's AI immediately began scanning the creature, compiling data on its vital signs and physiology. "Unknown species detected," the AI reported. "Vital signs indicate severe trauma and blood loss. Recommend immediate stabilization." Elena took a deep breath, steeling herself for what was to come. "All right," she said, both to herself and the alien. "Let's figure this out together." Over the next few hours, Elena worked tirelessly to treat the alien's injuries. She synthesized a blood substitute based on the A's analysis of the silvery fluid and carefully closed the wound on its forehead. Throughout the process, the alien drifted in and out of consciousness, occasionally making those soft trilling sounds. As Elena finished applying the last bandage, she noticed something strange. The alien's skin seemed to be changing color, shifting from its earlier translucence to a soft, rosy hue that was almost human-like. She wondered if this was a normal process for the species or a response to the treatment. Finally satisfied that she'd done all she could, Elena collapsed into a chair beside the examination table. She studied the alien's face, marveling at how peaceful it looked in sleep. Despite its otherworldly features, there was something undeniably innocent and vulnerable about the creature. "What am I going to do with you?" Elena whispered. As if in response, the alien's eyes fluttered open once more. This time, instead of fear, they held a look of wonder. Slowly, hesitantly, it reached out a delicate, six-fingered hand towards Elena. Without thinking, Elena took the offered hand in her own. The moment their skin touched, a jolt of energy passed between them. Elena gasped as her mind was suddenly flooded with images and emotions that were not her own. She saw flashes of a beautiful crystal city floating among the stars. She felt the warmth of love, the sting of betrayal, and a deep, overwhelming sense of loss. And then, as quickly as it had begun, the connection broke. Elena found herself back in the med bay, breathing heavily, her hands still clasped with the alien's. The creature was looking at her with an expression of awe and gratitude. "Who are you?" Elena whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. The alien opened its mouth, and to Elena's astonishment, spoke in a voice that was clear and melodious, yet somehow echoed in her mind as well as her ears. "I am Lyra," the alien said, "last princess of the Lumina. And you, brave one, have saved me from a fate worse than death." Elena's mind reeled. A princess. An entire alien civilization. The implications were staggering. But as she looked into Lyra's eyes, she knew that her life, and possibly the fate of humanity, had just changed forever. "Well, Lyra," Elena said, a smile tugging at her lips despite the gravity of the situation, I think we have a lot to talk about. As the Horizon floated in orbit around the purple planet, its occupants unaware of the forces already mobilizing across the galaxy in search of the lost princess, Elena found herself at the beginning of an adventure beyond her wildest dreams. The lonely explorer had found not just an alien, but a friend, a responsibility, and a key to unlocking the greatest mysteries of the universe. The journey ahead would be fraught with danger, filled with wonders, and test the very limits of human ingenuity and compassion. But in that moment, as human and alien gazed at each other with shared wonder, the future held infinite possibilities. And so began the tale of how one human's kindness would reshape the destiny of two civilizations and prove that in the vast, often hostile expanse of space, humanity's greatest strength lay not in technology or weapons, but in its capacity for empathy, adaptability, and unwavering determination. Quantum bonds and hidden powers. Captain Elena Reyes stood at the viewport of the Horizon, watching strange bioluminescent creatures drift through the planet's lavender atmosphere. Behind her, Princess Lyra of the Lumina sat cross-legged on the floor, her large violet eyes closed in deep concentration. Quantum entanglement stabilized. Lyra's melodious voice echoed in Elena's mind. We should be undetectable to long-range scanners now. Elena turned, marveling at how quickly the alien princess had adapted to human technology. In the week since their fateful encounter, Lyra had absorbed information at an astonishing rate, her telepathic abilities allowing her to interface directly with the ship's systems. That's incredible, Lyra, Elena said, unable to hide her amazement. I've never seen anything like it. But are you sure it's safe to use your powers so soon after your injury? Lyra's skin shimmered, shifting from its now default rosy hue to a deep blue that Elena had come to associate with determination. We cannot afford to be cautious, Elena. The Void Consortium will stop at nothing to recapture me, and if they do... Lyra's voice trailed off, her expression darkening. Elena knelt beside the young princess, placing a comforting hand on her shoulder. The moment their skin touched, a familiar jolt of energy passed between them. Flashes of memory, not her own, danced across Elena's vision. She saw glimpses of a majestic crystal city, felt the warmth of a loving embrace, and then darkness, terror, betrayal. I'm sorry, Elena said softly as the connection faded. I can't imagine what you've been through, but I promise I'll do everything in my power to keep you safe. Lyra's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. You are kind, Elena Reyes. Your species is young in the cosmic scale, yet you possess a strength that even the oldest races envy. It is why the consortium fears humanity's potential. Before Elena could respond, the ship's AA chimed in. Captain, I'm detecting an anomalous energy signature approximately 500 kilometers from our current position. It appears to be emanating from beneath the planet's surface. Elena frowned. Can you identify the source? Negative, the AI replied. The energy pattern does not match any known technology in my database. However, there are similarities to the quantum fluctuations produced by Princess Lyra's abilities. Lyra's skin pulsed with a soft golden light, a sign of excitement Elena had learned to recognize. It's a Lumina beacon, the princess exclaimed. One of the emergency catches my people left scattered across the galaxy. We must investigate. Elena hesitated. Every instinct told her to leave this planet behind, to get Lyra as far away from potential pursuers as possible. But the look of hope on the young alien's face was impossible to resist. All right, Elena said with a sigh. But we go in prepared for anything. I've got a bad feeling about this. As the Horizon descended towards the energy source, neither of its occupants noticed the sleek, dark ship that shimmered into existence at the edge of the system. Its hull seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, making it nearly invisible against the backdrop of space. On the bridge of this phantom vessel, a figure cloaked in shadows studied a holographic display of the planet below. Tendrils of dark energy writhed around its form, occasionally coalescing into shapes that hurt the eyes to look upon. At last, the figure hissed, its voice a discordant whisper that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The lost princess reveals herself. Prepare the null field generators. This time, she will not escape. Back on the planet's surface, Elena guided the horizon through a maze of towering crystalline formations. The ship's sensors were going haywire, bombarded by exotic particles that defied classification. "The beacon is just ahead," Lyra said, her eyes glowing with an inner light as she communed with the strange energies surrounding them. There, in that clearing. Elena saw it, a perfectly circular area devoid of the crystal growths. At its center stood a single obelisk-like structure that pulsed with a soft blue radiance. As they landed, Elena double-checked the seals on her exosuit. "Stay close to me," she told Lyra. "We don't know what kind of defenses this cache might have." But Lyra was already moving, drawn to the beacon like a moth to flame. As she approached, the obelisk's glow intensified, responding to her presence. "Wait," Elena called out, but it was too late. Lyra placed her hand on the smooth surface of the beacon. There was a flash of blinding light, and suddenly the air was filled with holographic projections. Star charts, schematics for impossible technologies, and images of worlds Elena had never imagined floated around them. "The legacy of my people," Lyra breathed, her voice filled with awe. "With this knowledge, we cooled." Her words were cut off by a deafening boom that shook the very ground beneath their feet. The sky above them seemed to ripple and tear, revealing a gaping void of absolute darkness. From this cosmic wound emerged the shadow ship, its hull crackling with malevolent energy. A beam of pure darkness lanced out, enveloping Lyra in its cold embrace. "No," Elena screamed, diving towards the princess. But as her fingers brushed against Lyra's arm, she felt a surge of power unlike anything she'd experienced before. Time seemed to slow. Elena saw strands of possibility stretching out before her, billions upon billions of potential futures, and in that moment of quantum uncertainty, she made a choice. Elena pulled Lyra close, interposing herself between the princess and the void beam. As the darkness engulfed them both, Elena felt her very atoms begin to unravel. But she also felt something else, a warmth spreading from her chest, a light that pushed back against the encroaching shadows. Lyra's voice echoed in her mind, filled with shock and wonder. "Impossible. You're manifesting Lumina abilities. But how?" Before Elena could respond, the energy building within her reached a crescendo. With a thought, she willed it outward, creating a shimmering barrier that repelled the void beam. On the bridge of the shadow ship, the cloaked figure recoiled as if struck. "Impossible," it snarled. "A human wielding the power of the Lumina. This changes everything. Retreat. We must inform the consortium." As suddenly as it had appeared, the phantom vessel vanished, leaving behind only a lingering sense of dread. Elena collapsed to her knees, her body trembling from the strain of channeling such immense power. Lyra knelt beside her, cradling the human's face in her delicate hands. "Elena," the princess said, her voice filled with emotion, "you've done the impossible. Somehow, our bond has awakened latent abilities within you. Do you understand what this means?" Elena looked up, meeting Lyra's gaze. In those alien eyes, she saw not just gratitude, but hope for a future where humans and Lumina stood together against the darkness that threatened to consume the galaxy. "It means," Elena said, her voice hoarse but determined, "that the rules of the game have changed, and it's time we started writing our own destiny." As the dust settled around them, human and alien stood side by side, their fingers intertwined. The beacon's light pulsed in rhythm with their shared heartbeat, a promise of adventures yet to come and challenges yet to be faced. Little did they know that light years away, in the shadowy chambers of the Void Consortium, ancient beings were stirring. The balance of power in the galaxy was shifting, and the stage was set for a conflict that would determine the fate of not just two races, but of all sentient life in the cosmos. The true test of humanity's potential was about to begin, Quantum Odyssey, the Nexus Protocol. The horizon streaked through the cosmos, its hull shimmering with an iridescent energy field that defied conventional physics. Inside, Captain Elena Reyes stood before a holographic display, her fingers dancing through intricate patterns of light as she manipulated the ship's new quantum drive. Hyperlink convergence in 3, 2, 1. Elena's voice was steady, but her eyes blazed with an otherworldly violet glow. Nexus jump now. The universe seemed to fold in on itself. For a breathless moment, reality became a kaleidoscope of impossible colors and mind-bending geometries. Then, with a silent flash, the horizon emerged into a sector of space never before glimpsed by human eyes. Princess Lyra of the Lumina floated serenely nearby, her translucent skin pulsing with bioluminescent patterns. The quantum nexus, she breathed, her melodic voice resonating directly in Elena's mind. "We've done it, Elena. We found the cosmic crossroads." Before them stretched a vast ethereal web of energy tendrils, each pulsing with a different hue. At the center of this cosmic tapestry hung a massive structure that defied description, part space station, part living organism, and part something else entirely. "The Nexus Protocol is activating," Elena said, her newly awakened Lumina abilities allowing her to sense the ebb and flow of quantum energies around them. But something's wrong. The harmonics are distorted. Lyra's expression darkened. "The Void Consortium, they're already here." As if summoned by her words, a fleet of shadow ships materialized around the Nexus. Their hulls seemed to absorb light, creating pockets of absolute darkness against the backdrop of swirling energies. "Attention, renegade vessels," a voice boomed across all frequencies, its tone a discordant mixture of multiple voices speaking in unison. "You have trespassed upon Consortium space. Surrender the Lumina Princess and the human anomaly, or face obliteration." Elena's hands clenched into fists, sparks of quantum energy crackling between her fingers. "Not a chance, void spawn," she growled. "Lyra, initiate Protocol Starburst." The young princess nodded, her eyes closing in concentration. The horizon's systems came alive, reconfiguring themselves in ways that no human engineer could have conceived. "Elena," Lyra said, her voice tight with tension, "I can interface with the Nexus, but I'll need time. Can you hold them off?" A fierce grin spread across Elena's face. Time to see what this human anomaly can really do. With a thought, Elena extended her consciousness into the ship's systems. The horizon responded like an extension of her own body, quantum weaponry powering up and defensive fields shimmering to life. The void ships attacked en masse, dark energy beams lancing out towards the lone human vessel. But Elena was ready. She danced the horizon through the barrage with impossible grace, retaliating with bursts of concentrated quantum energy that tore holes in the very fabric of spacetime. As the battle raged, Lyra delved deep into the heart of the Nexus. Her mind expanded, touching the countless threads of possibility that converged at this cosmic crossroads. She saw glimpses of parallel realities, of paths not taken and futures yet to be. And then she found it, the key to unlocking the Nexus Protocol. "Elena," Lyra called out, her voice strained with effort. "I need your help. Our bond, it's the missing piece." Without hesitation, Elena reached out with her mind, connecting with Lyra on a level beyond the physical. Their consciousnesses intertwined, human and Lumina, technology and biology merging into something entirely new. The Nexus responded, its swirling energies coalescing around the horizon. The massive structure at the center of the web began to pulse in rhythm with their shared heartbeat. On the bridge of the lead consortium ship, the shadowy figure known only as the Void Weaver recoiled in horror. "No!" it shrieked, its form writhing with tendrils of dark energy. The protocol was never meant for lesser beings. But it was too late. The Nexus flared with blinding light, and suddenly the barriers between realities began to blur. Elena gasped as knowledge flooded her mind, the collected wisdom of countless civilizations across infinite timelines. she saw the true nature of the Void Consortium, a parasitic entity that fed on the fear and suffering of entire galaxies, and she understood what needed to be done. "Lyra," Elena said, her voice echoing with newfound power, "it's time to rewrite the rules of reality." Together, Human and Luno reached out through the Nexus, their combined will reshaping the very fabric of the universe. The Void ships began to disintegrate, their unnatural existence rejected by the newly harmonized cosmos. The Void Weaver howled in rage and despair as its form was pulled apart by forces beyond its comprehension. "This isn't over," it screamed as it faded from existence. "The Void is eternal. We will return." As the last echoes of the consortium faded, Elena and Lyra found themselves floating in a sea of infinite possibility. The Nexus hummed around them, awaiting their command. "What now?" Elena asked, still in awe of the power at their fingertips. Lyra smiled, her eyes shining with hope and determination. "Now, my dearest Elena, we begin the real work. There are worlds to heal, civilizations to uplift, and a galaxy to unite." Elena nodded, a matching smile spreading across her face. "Then let's get started. The universe isn't going to save itself." As the horizon merged with the heart of the Nexus, becoming a beacon of hope for all sentient life, a new legend began to spread across the cosmos. It told of the human who defied fate, the alien princess who chose love over duty, and the unbreakable bond that reshaped reality itself. The Quantum Odyssey had only just begun, and the greatest adventures still lay ahead. For in this vast, ever-changing universe, the combined strength of humanity's spirit and the ancient wisdom of the Lumina had unlocked a power greater than any force of darkness, the power of infinite possibility. Chronoconvergence, the multiverse nexus. The horizon now fused with the cosmic nexus, pulsed with energy that defied comprehension. Captain Elena Reyes and Princess Lyrith stood at the heart of this impossible fusion of technology and biology, their minds linked in a dance of quantum entanglement. "Elena," Lyra's voice echoed through their shared consciousness, "I'm detecting a chrono anomaly. Something's disrupting the time stream." Before Elena could respond, reality itself seemed to fracture. The space around them shattered like a mirror, each shard revealing glimpses of alternate timelines and parallel universes. "Multiverse collapse imminent," the ship's A warned, its voice distorting as it struggled to process the impossible data. "Dimensional barriers destabilizing." Elena's eyes blazed with determination, violet energy crackling around her form. "Not on our watch." "Lyra, initiate the chronoconvergence protocol." As Lyra's fingers danced across holographic interfaces, Elena extended her consciousness into the quantum fabric of reality. She saw the threads of time and space unraveling, felt the weight of infinite possibilities pressing down upon her. Suddenly, a familiar darkness began to seep through the cracks between realities. The Void Consortium, thought defeated, was exploiting the dimensional instability to reassert its malevolent influence. "No," Elena growled, her voice resonating with newfound power. "I won't let you destroy everything we fought for." With a thought, she channeled the full might of the Nexus through her being. Pain lanced through every atom of her existence as she became a conduit for forces beyond mortal comprehension. "Elena," Lyra gasped, feeling the strain on their bond. "Your human physiology can't handle this level of quantum flux. You'll tear yourself apart." But Elena pressed on, gritting her teeth against the agony. Sometimes, she managed to say, "You have to break yourself to remake the world." As Elena's consciousness expanded across the multiverse, she began to see the true scope of the threat they faced. The Void Consortium wasn't just a group of interdimensional conquerors. They were the embodiment of entropy itself, seeking to unravel the very fabric of existence. In that moment of cosmic awareness, Elena made a choice that would echo across all realities. "Lyra," she called out, her voice stretching across time and space, "I need you to trust me. We're going to rewrite the laws of physics." Before Lyra could protest, Elena plunged them both into the heart of the chrono anomaly. Time and space bent around them, possibilities collapsing and expanding in dizzying succession. They saw versions of themselves from 1,000 different timelines, some where they never met, others where they ruled galaxies together, and still others where one of them had fallen to darkness. Focus, Lyra. Elena's voice cut through the chaos. We need to find the prime timeline, the one that can stabilize the multiverse. As they sifted through the infinite strands of reality, a pattern began to emerge. Elena realized that their bond, the unprecedented fusion of human adaptability and luminal wisdom, was the key to cosmic balance. With newfound clarity, Elena began to weave the fabric of reality back together. She drew upon the strength of every version of herself across the multiverse, channeling it into a singular purpose. The Void Consortium lashed out, tendrils of anti-existence threatening to unravel their work. But for every attack, Elena and Lyra found a counterpoint in the infinite possibilities surrounding them. As the battle raged across dimensions, Elena felt her human form beginning to fail. The power coursing through her was too much for any mortal being to contain. Lyra, she gasped, her voice fading, I can't hold on much longer. You need to complete the convergence. Tears streaming down her luminescent cheeks, Lyra poured every ounce of her being into their shared purpose. I won't let you go, Elena. Not now, not ever. In that moment of pure devotion, something miraculous happened. The boundaries between human and lumina, between mortal and cosmic, began to blur. Elena felt her consciousness expanding beyond the limits of her physical form, merging with the very essence of the multiverse. With a final, reality-shaking pulse of energy, the chronoconvergence was complete. The multiverse stabilized, timelines realigning into a new cosmic order. As the dust of creation settled, Elena found herself changed. Her body now shimmered with the same bioluminescence as Lyra's, while strands of cosmic energy danced across her skin. What happened? Elena asked, her voice reverberating with newfound power. Lyra smiled, tears of joy in her eyes. You've transcended, my love. You're no longer just human or lumina. You've become something entirely new, a guardian of the multiverse. As they surveyed the reborn cosmos, Elena and Lyra realized that their journey was far from over. The Void Consortium had been pushed back, but not defeated entirely. Across the infinite expanse of the multiverse, new threats and wonders awaited. Well, Elena said, a smile playing across her transfigured features, I guess we got our work cut out for us. Ready for the next adventure, princess? Lyra's answering laugh was like music given form, resonating through the very fabric of reality. Always, my valiant captain, the multiverse awaits. And so, hand in hand, the Cosmic Guardian and the Lumina Princess set forth into a new age of exploration and discovery. Their legend would be told across 1 billion worlds and countless timelines, a testament to the power of love, courage, and the unbreakable bond between two souls who dared to rewrite the very laws of existence. The chronoconvergence had reshaped reality, but the greatest adventures still lay ahead in the vast, infinite expanse of the reborn multiverse quantum, harmonic resonance, the cosmic symphony. The newly transformed Elena Chen, now a shimmering fusion of human ingenuity and cosmic power, stood at the helm of the horizon. The ship, no longer bound by conventional physics, drifted through the quantum foam that separated realities. Beside her, Princess Lyra's bioluminescent form pulsed in harmony with the multiversal energies surrounding them. Elena. Lyra's voice resonated directly in her partner's mind. I'm detecting a disturbance in the quantum harmonic field. It's like the universe is trying to sing, but something's off-key. Elena closed her eyes, extending her newfound senses across the cosmos. She could feel it too, a discordant note in the grand symphony of existence. You're right, she said, her voice echoing with otherworldly harmonics. We need to investigate. As they navigated through the quantum slipstream, holographic displays flickered to life around them, showing real-time data from across multiple dimensions. Suddenly, An alarm blared, its sound warping reality itself. "Warning," the ship's AI announced, its voice a chorus of infinite possibilities. "Detecting massive quantum fluctuations. Interdimensional breach imminent." Before their eyes, space itself began to fracture. Through the cracks, they glimpsed nightmarish realms where the laws of physics had gone mad. Tentacles of pure chaos lashed out, threatening to tear apart the delicate fabric of their reality. "It's the Void Consortium," Lyra gasped. "They're not just trying to conquer our universe, they're attempting to collapse the entire multiverse into primordial chaos." Elena's eyes blazed with determination, cosmic energy crackling around her form. "Not if we have anything to say about it. Lyra, initiate the quantum harmonic resonance protocol." As Lyra's fingers danced across impossible interfaces, Elena reached out with her mind, tapping into the very essence of creation. She could feel the vibrations of every atom, every quark, every string that made up the cosmic tapestry. "We need to realign the quantum harmonics," Elena explained, her voice resonating across multiple frequencies. "If we can get the multiverse singing in tune again, we can push back the chaos." But as they began their work, a massive portal tore open before them. From its depths emerged a being of such cosmic horror that merely gazing upon it threatened to shatter their sanity. "Foolish lesser beings," the entity boomed, its voice a cacophony of dying stars. "I am Nilotep, the crawling chaos, avatar of the Void Consortium. Your pitiful attempts at maintaining order are futile." Tendrils of anti-existence lashed out, threatening to unravel the horizon and its crew. But Elena stood firm, her newly ascended form glowing with the light of 1,000 suns. "You may be chaos incarnate," Elena declared, her voice carrying the weight of entire civilizations. "But we are the champions of life, of growth, of infinite possibility." With that, Elena began to sing. It wasn't a song in any conventional sense, but rather a manipulation of fundamental forces. Each note reshaped reality, each harmony realigned quantum states across multiple dimensions. Lyra joined in, her Lumina heritage allowing her to weave strands of pure possibility into the cosmic melody. Together, their song became a symphony of creation, pushing back against the encroaching void. Nilotep howled in rage and pain as the harmonic resonance tore through its chaotic form. "Impossible," it shrieked. "No mere mortals can wield such power." But Elena and Lyra were far beyond mortal now. Their consciousnesses expanded, touching the minds of every sentient being across the multiverse. And in that moment of connection, they sent out a call to join the song, to add their voices to the cosmic choir. Across countless realities, beings of all shapes and sizes began to sing, to create, to imagine. Their combined will surged through Elena and Lyra, amplifying the quantum harmonic resonance to unprecedented levels. The symphony reached a crescendo, reality itself vibrating with the power of unified creation. Nilotep's form began to disintegrate, unable to maintain coherence in the face of such harmonious order. This isn't the end. The chaos entity raged as it was pulled back into the collapsing portal. "The void is eternal. We will return." With a final, reality-shaking chord, the portal slammed shut. The quantum fluctuations stabilized, and the multiverse once again sang in perfect harmony. As the dust of creation settled, Elena and Lyra found themselves transformed once more. Their bodies now seemed to be composed of pure energy, shifting and flowing with the currents of quantum probability. "We did it," Lyra breathed, her voice a melody of stardust and wonder. "We've become one with the cosmic song itself." Elena smiled, the expression rippling across multiple dimensions. "And our song is just beginning, my love. There are infinite verses yet to write, countless harmonies to explore." As they surveyed the reborn multiverse, Elena and Lyra realized that their journey had taken them beyond mere guardianship. They had become living embodiments of creation itself, tasked with maintaining the delicate balance between order and chaos across all realities. "Well," Elena said, her form shimmering with the light of newborn galaxies. I guess we've got our work cut out for us. Ready to compose the next movement of the cosmic symphony, Princess. Lyra's answering laugh was like the birth of a new universe, resonating through the quantum foam. Always my brilliant conductor. The multiverse awaits our song. And so, their forms intertwined in a dance of pure energy, the cosmic conductor and the quantum muse set forth into a new age of creation and harmony. Their legend would echo across infinite dimensions and countless timelines, a testament to the power of unity, creativity, and the unbreakable bond between two souls who dared to rewrite the very music of existence. The quantum harmonic resonance had reshaped reality itself, but the greatest compositions still lay ahead in the vast, infinite expanse of the singing multiverse.